on the 24th of March 2012, an enforcement notice was issued on behalf of the Chief Town Planner, signed by one G. Brown. And that enforcement notice asked them to remove or to note that there was an erection on land belonging to the Crown, not to Housing Concepts, not to Pregonco, not to Mr. Maloney, but to the Crown of Barbados, situated at Coverley, adjoining lands of the National Housing Corporation to the north, and the ABC Highway to the south, in this island of entrance walls and planter within the road shoulder and the road reserve of Barbados. So that you not only build without planning permission, but you build on land not belonging to you and belonging to the people of this country. Do you understand that that is just the beginning? When we spoke of Valerie being built without planning permission, the government winked at it, just confusing us with regulations. When we spoke about Bushy Park, the track being built without planning permission, we were told that you're trying to stop a major event, Top Gear. You remember that? From being held at Bushy Park. And then there's a wicked opposition. Rules are made for a reason. And when you wink at the small transgressions, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And regrettably tonight, it got so big as to claim the life of a young, promising Barbadian. But you know what offends me more? The Chief Town Planner would have gotten information from the Chief Technical Officer, MTW, who made it clear that the government wants that land there to be able to widen the highway. Because you know and I know that it is not dual, there are no 4 lanes up there. But you see, it wasn't only Mia Motley who was offended by it. Because when asked if after the young man has passed away, would you do anything now to move it? Mr. Maloney said it's not for him to move. It is for MTW. And he left the distinct impression that it was the MTW designers that was responsible for it. You read the article? I tell you a lie? Let me hear you now. Well, you know, people have a way of sending me things in my mailbox. And a memorandum was written on the 3rd of July, 2 days after that article, from a senior officer in the Ministry of Public Works to the Permanent Secretary. And I want to take the time to quote a few lines from it before I come to the other matters that I am here to speak to you about. The matter, she said, arose as a result of that same newspaper article called Not So Mia, where the impression was given that the Ministry of Public Works designed the island and the road. Listen to what the memo says. Look at the, and I quote, "Some of Mr. Maloney's comments are not accurate, and further, they cast aspersions on the professional integrity of the technical staff of this ministry. This article reports that he stated that the junction was actually designed by the Ministry of Transport and Works and the developer just put the junction there," unquote. The ministry, however, does not provide design services to the private sector. Listen again. He is also reported as saying that there were many junctions identical to that in Barbados. And she quotes from him, "So there is nothing different about the one at Coverley," unquote. This is just another erroneous statement, as the dimensions of acceleration and deceleration lanes at Coverley are quite different. In fact, they are deficient. Those are not Mayor Motley's words. Those are the words of the professional staff at the Ministry of Public Works. And tonight, a young boy is no longer with us. He said, and she goes on about the bell, that the only other junction in Barbados with accelerator and decelerator lanes is the Bell Junction, where the situation is different. She then goes on, the person goes on to say, that it was built, according to Mr. Maloney, in compliance with all regulatory requirements. The letter reads, "Once again, this statement is simply not true.